When the night was closing in, I was alone and so afraid.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Alright, I know Kullervo's out and everybody's loving his subsume. In fact, even his buff just shipped earlier today. Now all we're waiting on is the Overguard Gates. But his first ability, not only is it a movement utility teleport that puts Ash's teleport to shame, it also provides fat buffs, flat crits, a subsumable flat crit. Only for melees, but flat crit is still super rare. And this one scales with strength. Even in its altered nerf scaling state as a Helminth, it still gives 100% flat crits at 100 strength. On Desert Storm, one of the highest base crit weapons in the game with base was 50%. That's like having a 200% mod crit. And that's the nerfed Helminth version already. While everyone has been cooming over his Helminth and making a lot of effective but not always progressive setups, as in, yes, you see prettier red numbers, but it fixes nothing on certain frames that already have enough damage and would rather have crowd control for comfort or better energy management, I'm gonna do the complete opposite direction. Not only am I not going for a progressive build that helps the kit more, I'm going for an absolutely stupid build concept that somehow works, and to me, is just fun. Even if not optimal, this is the Steppy Baruuk build. There are a couple of things to know here. Baruuk still has the Gladiator bug problem that plagues all exalted melees in the game. It's just that it's more obvious on Baruuk because he is the only melee frame that consistently kills enemies with the projectile part of his exalted and doesn't build combo. This means Baruuk can lose combo when the waves kill too many enemies and you're unable to hit anything with your fists. Losing combo resets your Blood Rush, Gladiator, and Weeping Wound stacks. This can be bad if you're using a melee guidance setup. Melee guidance is used to decouple the need of Desert Storm building combo to enable red crits, while Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds do not carry over from your stat stick melee. For fully exalted weapons like Desert Storm, set bonuses such as Gladiator might still do. Therefore, we loaded our Ceramic Dagger with Gladiator mods. This is like a budget Blood Rush on Desert Storm. Since Desert Storm cannot equip Blood Rush, building combo on these stat sticks let you gain Gladiator stacks on Desert Wind without having to build combo in Desert Wind. This makes you lose the Desert Wind combo damage multiplier bonus, but that's okay, because for today's build, we already do enough damage without the extra multipliers. Melee guidance can make Desert Storm have negative combo duration, so long as you don't equip any combo duration boosting arcanes or mods on it. This makes Desert Storm unable to build combo and thus cannot lose combo, which would wipe all the Gladiator stacks or Ceramic Dagger accrued from its personal combo. Normally, you would want to stack up super high duration on the normal melee stat stick so that we can keep it at 12 times combo forever, while Desert Storm has no combo. But Ceramic Dagger is different on melee guidance builds. This evolution, Gun and Blade, gives initial combo to Ceramic Dagger when your primary weapon gets a kill. Actually, this is bugged, and any gun on your loadout at the moment can stack this. But this means that after 100 kills, Ceramic Dagger will never drop below 100 combo. But it can still lose combo bar from the bar expiring, which would also remove Gladiator stacks and force you to wait for the combo meter to increase all the way back up to 100, which can take a while and is annoying. So unlike a normal Baruuk melee stat stick, we put 0 combo duration on this one as well. Now both our Ceramic and Desert Wind have -1 second combo duration. Both cannot lose combo outside of dying or heavy attacks. Our Ceramic here still reaches 146 combo due to Gun and Blade and Covert Lethality plus Corrupt Charge. This means Ceramic Dagger grants 7 stacks of Gladiator set bonus to Desert Wind at all times. And if we deactivate Desert Wind, well, we can hop right back in and we instantly get those 7 Gladiator stacks again, even with 0 combo on Desert Wind. This is the principle I used in my original Baruuk showcase. If you want a more normal Baruuk build, I would suggest you to check out my videos at the top right. Today's video focuses on shitposting Steppy builds instead. Now do note that Absolute Valor does not increase the crit chance of Desert Storm. This perk only works for Ceramic Dagger itself and pseudo-exalts such as Kor's Whipclaw, Atlas's Landslide, etc. And it does not work on true exalteds like Baruuk's Desert Storm, Valkyr Talons, etc. Kullervo's Helminth. We already know that it teleports you and can force a heavy attack without having to pull out your melee weapon first. Also, if you invert the tap vs hold, then now the tap version teleports you and kills enemies. It also applies the flat crit buff with duration, and this buff applies before the hit connects. This means you do not need to cast Wrathful Advance against trash fodder before hitting your main target to benefit from the flat crit buff. But also, Desert Storm's heavy attack is Baruuk slamming his feet on someone. It has a small AoE on the direct hit as well as a slam AoE. So Magus Anomaly can help get better kills. Now, you don't need to use this. Yes, this is the whole crux of today's build, but Baruuk's fists still work perfectly fine even if you don't stop. See? Red crits everywhere, and everything still dies. Do keep in mind that this is not an endurance build and is instead intended for some dumb fun on Bestial Path for up to 2 hours. Step on your enemies to your heart's content. Worried about missing Baruuk's toe slams and massages? Worry no more, because the teleport is perfect and his heavy attack will never miss. Not even on Acolytes. There is one small bug here though. Using Baruuk's heavy attack will wipe all Gladiator stacks no matter what. This means you lose the 7x stacks that came from your ceramic dagger, which normally would add 210% mod crit to Desert Storm, or equivalent to 105% final crit on Desert Storm since it is a base 50%. You'd have to exit Desert Storm and heavy attack once with Ceramic Dagger to refresh Ceramic's initial combo to 146 to fix this. Granted, this isn't a big issue because 1, you don't have to stomp for this Baruuk to work. If you don't want to stomp, then don't stomp. Even if you stomp, Wrathful Advance still gives 200% flat crit on today's build. This will push Desert Storm over 300%, guaranteeing you red crits no matter what. So stomp to your heart's content, or not. Those red crits aren't going anywhere. If you have Gladiator stacked and Stomp, your very first Stomp will have 574% crit chance, or tier 3 and 4 red crits. Every Stomp thereafter until you refresh Ceramic's combo will have 469% crit chance instead, for still tier 2 and 3 red crits. Punches with just Gladiator will have 265% crit chance, and punches with just Wrathful Advance will have 359% crit chance. Of course, if you get an initial combo Riven on Ceramic, then you can push crit even higher. This is what my Ceramic Dagger build looks like. No damage mods carry over, so it's built for full utility. Triple Gladiator, Dispatch Overdrive for extra movement speed if I want to activate it. Note that you have to heavy on Ceramic to do this, and heavying on Desert Storm will not activate this mod on Ceramic. But remember how I've said you can accidentally wipe Gladiator stacks if you stomp on Baruuk? And that the only way to get them back is to pull out Ceramic and heavy attack to refresh the initial combo? Yeah, that heavy attack will also activate Dispatch Overdrive for plus 60% movement speed for plus 15 seconds. Synergy. Covert Lethality and Corrupt Charge push the initial combo up to 146 once Gun and Blade is fully stacked. Prime Fury and Shattering Impact are only here for specific enemies you might have trouble killing, i.e. Demolist if you so choose to bring the Steppy Build there. Whack them with Ceramic and blow them up with a Steppy, or just bring Uneru for Caustic Strike Strip as well. I intend to bring Madurai for today's focus school, but it's honestly irrelevant on what you pick, so grab whatever you want if you don't care about the plus 40% strength and plus 50% casting speed. I also don't care what you bring for your primary weapon. Bring whatever you want so long as it can kill so you can get 100 stacks for Ceramic's Gun and Blade initial combo perk. I used this Torid Incarnon. Build video in the future, maybe? Anyways, use whatever you want. The Epitaph build is the same as always, with one caveat: do not use Dexterity Arcanes. Also, make sure your primary doesn't have Dexterity equipped. We want our Ceramic and Desert Storm to have -1 combo duration for melee guidance to ensure that your combo never wipes because, well, it doesn't build. All the Ceramic combos coming for Gun and Blade perks after all. Ceramic itself is standard viral radiation, viral to boost our damage, radiation to crowd control enemies, 2 Augur Mods for some shield gating, although it's not as important since today's Baruuk setup is focused on comfort and has mixed health tanking and shield gating. Onwards to him. This Baruuk sources health from Arcane Blessing, which should be easy since everything dies to Torid Incarnon, and then everything will die to Desert Storm. 50 health orbs should not take too long to grab and increases your health max to 1,425. Adaptation averages to 70% damage reduction. Desolate Hands caps out at 90% damage reduction. Serene Storm being active adds another 40% multiplicative damage reduction. Having all of these active together grants you a cumulative 98.2% damage reduction, which is more than enough for a brute force AoE DPS frame like Baruuk. You even have Rolling Guard to get rid of status effects. The Augur Mods on Epitaph are just enough to give some shield back on ability casts. Not the full shield gate 1.3 seconds, but just partial gating 0.33 seconds. This is still enough to stop your health from being immediately hit and is just a bonus on top of your health tank. Fleeting, since we don't need to restore all shields, therefore high efficiency lets us spam our kit as needed. We still need Prime Continuity because Wrathful Advanced Crit Buff duration would be unusable at 13%. As long as you keep killing enemies, 67% duration is more than enough for Lull to work well at reducing Restraint. The rest is just Strength, and Reactive Storm to adapt to enemy weaknesses. Arcane Strike to hit faster since the base actual animation speed of Desert Storm is ridiculously slow. Desert Storm is built like this. I shouldn't have to explain much, it's a raw damage build with crits. I have Killing Blow just to speed up the stump windup. And you want an even faster Baruuk, you can drop Prime Pressure Point for quickening. Keep in mind, this would be a big total 43% of your damage lost. Remember that Sack Steel double dips a plus 220 crit damage on heavy attacks. Raw damage Corrosive with crits and Bane. Max rank the Shocking Touch, I just didn't want to forma further. We go raw Corrosive because 1. This is not an armor strip Baruuk, therefore armor is a problem and Corrosive helps to strip some of it as well as a damage bonus against Ferrite. 2. Even though Viral would help and Reactive Storm would become whatever they're weak to, we aim to one-shot enemies on the stomp, meaning Viral would not be able to proc consistently since they die in a single hit. Also, Panzer can proc Viral here, but if you want to try Viral, the build does still work, feel free to let me know how it goes. Panzer Build the same as always, nothing special. Martyr to keep you alive, Panzer to give itself infinite lives, Radar and Vacuum. Since that doesn't really do much here since we aren't using Equilibrium, but it's just part of the standard Panzer build. Viral Quills will help to spread viral procs for a tad extra, though Baruuk has a bit of killing everything too fast for this to really have full effectiveness. Cheers! If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 79.5% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out always as soon as possible like I've been doing with Duviri and Kullervo. Stick around if you want to see interesting memes and builds on a nearly daily basis. You don't miss out on any of that, do you? That'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time.